During the Second World War, OUMC came close to disbanding on a number of occasions, but somehow managed to keep going with one or two small meets each year at Hellig or Brackenclose. In the years following the war, however, membership soared and a pattern of activities was soon re-established. The club typically held 4 lecture meetings each term, an annual dinner on Ascension Day, and the usual vacation meets to North Wales, the Lakes and the Alps. With food and petrol rationing, weekend climbing was almost unheard of, and standards of climbing were described as very low. In an attempt to address this, several joint alpine meets with the Geneva University Club were held in the late 1940s, though in a particularly bad season, the OUMC lost at least 5 members in 1948. That year also saw Tom Bourdillon join the club and go on to become president in 1950. Tom's experience and skills of motivation have often been quoted as pivotal in the post-war revival of climbing standards in the club, both in the UK and in the Alps. Ascents by OUMC members of routes such as the Ryan Lochmatter on the Plan, the Rock Grepon Traverse and the north face of the Petit Dru were significant events for British mountaineers accustomed to lectures and books that were a product of the 1930s. They were to have a major influence not only on the club's alpine climbing, but also in the level of British achievement in the Alps. Indeed, OUMC teams were the first to make British ascents of both the TD and ED grades. The 1950s also saw the introduction of the President's Invitational meets to Scotland, where Ben Nevis became a spiritual home of OUMC. In the Himalaya, club expeditions to Gangotri, Haramosh and Chitral met with varying success, and OUMC members led successful ascents of Kanchenjunga and the Mustag Tower. Back in Oxford, the club enjoyed an excellent reputation within the university, but the loss of Tom Bourdillon and Dick Vinney in 1956 perhaps marked the end of a famously successful period for Oxford mountaineering.